Side of pole here this evening, the CBisma Graphics Pole Award winner. He comes here from Las Cruces, New Mexico, in the GRT by Phillips. Durham-powered Rancho Milagro Racing 1ST. Johnny Scott will be the inside pole sitter. His twin brother will set up to his outside. Also out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, in a GRT by Phillips. The Mullins-powered Rancho Milagro Racing All Guy Incorporated 2S. Stormy Scott on the outside of row number 1. Row 2 on the inside, the defending cage match champion out of Robeline, Louisiana. The MB Custom ASI powered S&S Fishing Reel and Joel's Auto Sales number 97, the Thriller Cade Dillard. Starts on the inside of row number 2 with Josh Bloomer to his outside. Josh out of Marysville, Kansas, and the BMS modified, the Team Nasty Racing 21 will start 4th on the grid. Row 3 on the inside, behind the wheel, the Town Oilfield Services 21T here this evening. He comes to you from Happy, Texas, a 2-time USMTS national champion. Rodney Sanders will start on the inside of row number 3, and to his outside we will find Chase Younghands. Younghands Racing from Manhattan, Kansas, the MB Custom Spuds powered. Shop Quick Convenience Stores and Younghands Discount Liquor number 18 will roll from the 6th starting spot. Row 4 on the inside, the 2016 Grant Younghands Rookie of the Year out of Chandler, Arizona. He's in the Gressel Racing Certified Inspection Services Henrietta Ford Hughes Chassis Mullins Powered 20RT. Ricky Thornton Jr. will start on the inside of row number 4. To his outside, we'll find the Boom Test Weld Services Cornet Lightning Powered 4R. Woodward, Oklahoma's Derek Ramirez will start 8th on the grid. Row 5 on the inside, it's Darren Fuquay out of Mayetta, Kansas, behind the wheel of a brand new GRT. It's the big time Bell Bonds number 87 to his outside. Zach Vanderbeek out of New Sharon, Iowa, the Casey's General Store. Vanderbilt Race Cars 33Z. Row 6 on the inside, it's Tonganoxie, Kansas, a young gun Adam Cates. The LG2 Race Cars River's Edge Scrap Management number 23. And to Adam's outside, we'll find Shane Bailey from Lathrop, Missouri. And a Skyrocket Race Car, the Team Timberline number 7. Inside of row number 7 this evening, the Lincoln, Nebraska, and it's going to be Mike Dinsberger, the Jet Modified Miller Farms Gaina Trucking number 81. And to Mike's outside on row number 7, Derek Hicks from Ravenwood, Missouri, the Hughes Chassis H&N Wood Products Porter Trash Services number 78. Row number 8 on the inside from the 15th starting spot. It's going to be Big Daddy Joe Duvall out of Claremore, Oklahoma. The MB Custom Duval Electric Hibbs Mortuary Services number 91. And his outside we'll find Kyle Priner. Kyle racing out of Norfolk, Nebraska. It's a Razor Chassis, the Cana Maytag number 5K. Row number 9 on the inside, we'll find Tyler Wolf, the B-Main winner out of Fayetteville, Arkansas, the MB Custom Hatfield Powered Army Contractors 4W. And to Tyler's outside, it's Rodney Schweizer. Schweizer racing from Kansas City, Kansas. The Schweizer Performance Rick's Custom Engines number 74. Row number 10 in this one, we'll find the 7 of Doug Keller out of Easton, Missouri, alongside Dan Hilsebeck, now out of Clive, Iowa, the Hilsebeck Race Cars Banning Chiropractic 22D. Row 11 in this one is Cole Ferguson, the young gun from Dexter, Iowa. He pilots the Dirt Hustler chassis, Zane Smith Commercial 3F. His outside, it's Paul Jones, all the way from Casper, Wyoming. Larry Shaw Race Cars 18. And fellow Wyoming racer will start shotgun on the field out of Jackson, Wyoming. The GRT Race Cars, CarQuest, and Amsoil 8C of Chris Clark. That is your field for tonight's USMTS Modified A-Main, the 2nd annual cage match, round number 2 in the MSD Central Region. Ryan Stanley gives him the sign this time at the flag stand. The caution lights getting ready to go down around the Atchison County Raceway. One of the most exciting and entertaining races we saw in all of 2016. It should be the same story here this evening. The quick 5th mile, Atchison County Raceway, ready for a showdown here this evening. 50 laps the distance. The field works down the back straightaway. Ring the bell. The 2nd annual cage match goes green at Atchison County Raceway. Field working through turns 1 and 2. The Scott brothers leading them down the back straightaway. Who will it be? Stormy or Johnny on lap number 1? It's going to be Stormy Scott. Stormy Scott will lead over twin brother Johnny Scott in the opening circuit of this one. Cade Dillard still going to work down the inside of Josh Bloomer. Bloomer, a pretty good run here in the very early stages of this one as we complete lap number 2. He's taken 3rd away from the 97 of Cade Dillard. Right now blasting the high side in that 21. Stormy working off the bottom of the speedway, your leader out in front. Johnny works in second, Bloomer in third. Kay Dillard in that fourth place spot. He's got Chase Younghands working down to his inside. Chase really starting to work over the 97 of Kay Dillard. That race for fourth coming off a turn number 4. Good one going there. Cade will maintain the spot. So rocking and rolling early here in tonight's cage match. Stormy Scott in early command. Still searching for his first USMTS victory of the 2017 campaign. Leads him around to lap number 6 as Chris Clark is off the pace and in the wall down the front straightaway. We'll keep an eye on the Jackson, Wyoming racer as your field already starting to work into lap traffic. A mere 6 laps into this one, now 7 this time by. Already having to work the first lap car, and this one as Bloomer has dropped back into the 4th place spot. Kate Dillard able to work by the 21 up into the top 3, so Bloomer starting to fade a little bit here as Chase Younghands goes to work on the 21. Good race there. Kate Dillard really got it wound up along the top side of the speedway, rolling to the outside of Johnny Scott. Look out, he's up over the cushion that time in turn number 2. He'll pull it back down on the speedway, but way up over the cushion of that 97 car. Able to gather it in, hold on to the 3rd place spot. Chase Younghands may have nipped the 21 of Bloomer that time at the line, and he did. That's for the 4th place spot. So Chase now into 4th. Rodney Sanders following along the high side as well in that 21T car, the pilot tonight for Lancetown. He's rolled up to the outside of the 21 of Bloomer. Here comes Rodney Sanders as well. Sanders now into the top 5 as he works behind the 18 of Chase Younghands out in front. 2S of Stormy Scott going to have heavier lap traffic here very shortly, and this one is Doug Keller. Cole Ferguson racing side by side. Rodney Schweizer there as well. Stack up down the back straightaway. Chris Clark still off the pace, sends them scattering down the back straightaway. Hey, everybody able to keep their noses straight for time being down the back stretch, and that little mishap, it sorted itself out though, and we're able to stay green. Now Dinsberger's off the pace in turn number 2. Stormy gonna have to race by now and make contact with the lap cars. Dinsberger was off the pace down the back straightaway. We'll take a look at the right rear quarter panel of that 2S car as you saw him slap the 81 of Dinsberger, and it looks like something may be down in the rear end of the 2S as he's dropped way off the pace down the front straightaway. Looks like he is headed to the pits over in turn number 1. We saw Dinsberger dropping off the pace over in turn number 2, and Stormy just unable to avoid the slowing 81. And that will send the 2S pit side. So Dinsberger dropping off the pace over in turn number 2. Stormy unable to avoid. Now Stormy's twin brother Johnny getting ready to get tended to down in turn number 1. USMTS Tech Director Trevor Ash going to take a look at the right rear quarter panel, the 1ST of Johnny Scott as he's halted along the bottom side of the racing surface over in turn number 1. Some sheet metal to straighten on that GRT by Phillips 1ST, who will now inherit the lead since his brother Stormy has to drop out after that incident with Mike Dinsberger over the back straightaway. Looks like back to green here at Atchison County Raceway. 13 laps in of 50. The cage match back underway. Good restart for Chase Younghands. Trying to grab the 2nd place spot from Kay Dillard. Dillard will have the momentum up top to hold him back. They'll go 3 wide for the lead. Coming off of turn number 4, Johnny still your leader. Kay Dillard really getting some momentum wound up early on that restart underneath the number 97 cars. He'll stay within reach of the 1ST of Johnny Scott down into turns 3 and 4. Rodney Sanders now starting to go to work on Chase Younghands as well. He'll drop that Town Oil Field Services 21T down to the inside of Chase off of 2 and down the back straightaway. Now here comes Kate Dillard as well, hustling the hub of the speedway on the 1ST of Johnny Scott. 2 great races, one for the lead, the other for third. Several throughout the pack as well. Look out, Dillard having trouble wrestling the cushion once again in turn number 2. He's had issues a couple of times in that 97. Chase Younghands able to strike, but Rodney Sanders really licking at the chops in that 21T. And now here comes Ricky Thornton Jr. as well into the top 5. Restarted, I believe, in 7th. He's picked up a couple of spots now to the top 5 in that 20RT. Derek Ramirez starting to go to work on Josh Bloomer as well. Bloomer starting to drop the wrong direction right now in that 21 car as Ramirez continues to go to work on the Maysville, Kansas racer. We got a little trouble off of 2 and down the back straightaway. Adam Cates with some bent-up sheet metal as things got tight coming off of turn number 2, able to keep him fired up, though. And Johnny Scott continues to lead. 20 laps in the books this time by Cade Dillard, stalking his prey right now, right in the wheel tracks of the 1ST of Johnny Scott. Now he's going to dive down to the inside of turns 3 and 4. Can he pull the trigger here with 21 laps in the books? Not quite. Johnny Scott will hang on to the lead. Adam Cates has rolled to a stop at the top side of turn number 2. And the yellow flag will wave here with 21 laps in the books. Yellow out for the 23 of Adam Cates. Now he's able to make that sharp right-hand turn off the top side of turn number 2 and head pit side. Tough break for the Tonganoxie, Kansas young gun. A few laps ago, we saw things get a little narrow coming off of turn number 2. I believe Cates was involved in that incident. Eventually rolls to a halt at the top side of turn number 2. Force out the caution flag here with 21 laps in the books. Johnny Scott scored your leader. Cade Dillard with a lot of momentum right around the top side of the speedway. Picked it up early on that last restart and was able to stay well within reach of the 1ST of Johnny Scott. Here we go, back to green in this one. 21 laps completed. Cade Dillard trying to go after the 1ST of Johnny Scott. Rodney Sanders trying to do the same. Ricky Thornton Jr. A whale of a restart that time for the 20 RT. Not able to grab third that time from Rodney Sanders. Sanders came right across the nose. The 20 RT of Ricky Thornton Jr. Those two going at it for the third place spot down into turns 3 and 4 as Cade Dillard starts to reel back in the 1ST of Johnny Scott. The big M, the big momentum right now, carrying that 97 right around the top side of the speedway. Johnny Scott has moved to the high line as well. He'll work the cushion of the Atchison County Raceway. Cade Dillard still following in tow. Rodney Sanders in the third place spot. Ricky Thornton Jr., Josh Bloomer back into the top 5. Bloomer with a great run tonight. He'll roll back up to the outside of Chase Young Hands. Young Hands will drop back into the 6th place spot. Everybody's starting to line up along the top side of the speedway. A few drivers trying the middle and bottom grooves. Darren Fuquay deep in the pack along the middle, as well as Vanderbeek hustling the hub of the speedway, hooking the inside berm as we've got one point in the wrong direction in turn number 2. It's going to be the 3F of Cole Ferguson, and the yellow flag will come to the air 1 lap past the halfway point. Caution lights back down 1 lap past the halfway point. 26 in, 24 to go. Johnny Scott out on top, and we're back green. Cade Dillard trying to maintain that high line. He'll get loose on exit of turn number 2. That's going to allow Ricky Thornton Jr. to work by the 97. Turn number 2 has been Calamity corner for the 97 of Dillard. He's had a lot of trouble wrestling that second turn over there as he works in the 4th place spot. Ricky Thornton Jr. now closing back in on the deck lid of the 21T of Rodney Sanders. He'll cross down to his inside. Those two continue to shoot it out for the runner-up spot. Ricky Thornton Jr. down on the inside of the 21T of Sanders. Sanders carries the momentum. Now here comes Cade Dillard. He'll drop down the inside of Thornton. Bloomer's run going to come to a close early, it would appear. Looks like he's going to be able to stay on track. The 21 of Bloomer, though, dropping way off the pace after getting up on the wall on the back straightaway. Meanwhile, up front, Johnny Scott still your leader, looking to run away and hide from your field. The 21T of Rodney Sanders still follows in second. Ricky Thornton Jr. in that 3rd place spot. Cade Dillard in 4th. Chase Young Hands. That's the top 5 of this one. Inside of 20 to go. We've got 19 remaining. Look out, Bloomer. He's way off the pace over in turn number 2, and the yellow flag will come back to the air. Yellow back out for the 21 of Josh Bloomer. Was way off the pace. You saw Johnny Scott closing in on that lap car as he had dropped off the pace along the top side of turn number 2, and the caution flag waves. Here we go, back to business in this one. 31 in, 19 remain. Green flag back in the air. The cage match is back underway. Troublesome restart there for the 21 of Rodney Sanders. He has trouble hitting his marks over in turn number 2. Look at Vanderbeek out of nowhere now into the top 3. Keep an eye on the Z-Man. He's been catfishing the bottom of the speedway, and he's rolled up into 3rd. Don't count out the 33Z as he rolls the bottom of the speedway. K. Dillard blasting back up to his outside in that race for third. Look out, Tyler Wolf deep in the field. He's big time off the pace and out of shape, but we're able to keep him fired up with Johnny Scott. Still showing your field around the Atchison County Raceway. Ricky Thornton Jr., he's worked up into the third place spot. Zach Vanderbeek back around the 97 of Dillard. Got a couple cars getting together. Looks like Ramirez involved in a tangle. Saw Sanders and a couple others involved down the back straightaway. But that sent the 4R of Derek Ramirez down into the infield as Johnny Scott leads with 15 laps to go. 35 in, 15 remain. Johnny Scott way out in front. Ricky Thornton Jr. trying to reel him in. K. Dillard back around Zach Vanderbeek in that third place spot. Good battle, two distinct crews between those two as we've got Hilsebeck stopped over on the exit of turn number 2. Yellow out for the Clive, Iowa racer, Dan Hilsebeck. It's been an up-time. Chase Young hands that is the top 5. Go back for the final 14 laps here at Ricky Thornton Jr. taking a shot down to the inside of Johnny Scott that time in turn number 2. Meanwhile, Zach Vanderbeek back down to the inside of the 97 of K. Dillard. Right along the hub of the speedway, hustling the bottom. He'll roll down to the inside. K. Dillard's momentum will keep him out in front for that third place spot. Can he slide Johnny Scott for the lead? Not quite, but Ricky Thornton Jr. now in the picture for the top spot. He's going to drop down to the inside of turn number 4. Race for the lead could be a good one here in the final 10 circuits. 40 and 10 to go. Slide job for the lead. Not took a big dive, was not able to clear by the Las Cruces, New Mexico racer. He'll dive back to the inside once again. K. Dillard also working the bottom of the speedway. He's going to get good here with 9 laps to go. Ricky Thornton Jr. chomping to the bit through turns 3 and 4. He followed along the high line of turns 1 and 2. Now he'll follow along the cushion as well. Look out, he's going to get big time sideways. And nearly collected the 97. Ricky Thornton Jr. all kinds of sideways on exit turn number 4. What a save for the 20 RT. Can do as well as we've got 2 laps to go here at Atchison County Raceway back under green. Ricky Thornton Jr. with a solid restart of the 1ST of Johnny Scott in the 33Z is Zach Vanderbeek. Vanderbeek will grab second away. Now he'll drop.